Okay guys, today I want to go over scientific notation with you. Scientific notation is it's a method it's used to represent or write really big numbers or really small numbers. Okay, so let me show you up here on the screen. So up here, if let's say I would have this number. You would say, how much is that? And you'd say that's 9 billion. 9 billion. Okay? Now, that's called standard form. If I want to write standard form in scientific notation, rule number one is and we know with 9 billion, here's the decimal point right there. But the first rule for writing in scientific notation is you look at this number and you say, where can I put the decimal point so that this number is between 1 and 9.99 repeating. Okay? So if the decimal's there, where can I put it so it's between 1 and 9.99? You put it there. Okay? So I would write it 9.0, and I could put the other zeros, but there's no reason for doing that. Now, always, then you put times 10, and then you look at this and you say, okay, I want this number to look like this number. So which way would I have to move the decimal point? Well, I would have to move it to the right. And as you guys know on a number line, as you're moving to the right, it's a positive value. So I would have to move it right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I would put right here, 10 to the 9th. So 9.0 times 10 to the 9th is equal to 9 billion. Now, on the other side of the coin, let's say it was decimal point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'll put let's do it again, put a 9 here. All right, that's an extremely small number. It's a big number also in terms of writing it. So in order to condense it, you're going to use scientific notation. You follow the rules once again. I want to put the decimal somewhere here where this number then will become a number between 1 and 9.99 repeating. Well, where would you put the decimal point? After the 9. So you would do this. You'd write 9.0 times 10, and now I want this number to look like this number. So I would start here, and I'd move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I'm sorry, 10. I miswrote that, but that's okay. Does that make sense? So here's the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I moved it left, so it would be 10, but it'd be to the negative 10. Hopefully that makes sense to you, and that's how you do scientific notation. All right, back again. Now we want to talk about mean, median, and mode. Okay? Now you've probably heard the terms before. Mean is the same as the average. Okay? And in order to find the average of a group of numbers, and what these are 7 students in the 8th grade, and this is the number of inches they are, how tall they are. So somebody who's 60 inches, we know, is 5 feet even, right? 5 feet even. Somebody who's 67 would be 5 foot 7 inches. So this is how the numbers, so I have these 7 students, these are their heights. If I want to find the average of these 7 students' heights, what I would do is I would add all these numbers up, I'd add all these up, and after I've added them up, I would divide whatever this total is. So let's say this plus this plus this equals X. I would then take X and divide it by the number of student heights, 7. So X divided by 7 would give me the average or the mean in terms of the height of those 7 students. So that's mean. Mode is simply when you look at all the grouping of numbers, which number shows up the most often. And if you look through this, every number shows up once except for 67. Therefore, mode for this group of numbers is 67. And finally, the median, just like in the middle of the road, what you have to do for median is you have to take this group of numbers and you have to arrange them in order from smallest to largest. So if I do that, I'm looking at this, I would have, 55, and then 55, 59. So I'm just gonna go 55, 59, 60, 65, 67, 67, and 68, okay? So I know I've got these numbers listed here, these 7 numbers, from smallest to largest. In the middle, that's the median. So the median for this group of numbers is 65. Now, let's say, just for the heck of it, I had another number here, let's say this was 70, fine. Now I don't have an odd number, I actually have an even, I've got 8 total numbers here. So what you do is you look into the middle, these are your 2 mid numbers, and you would just find the average of these two, or what's the number between 65 and 67? 66. So in that case, the median would be 66. And finally, the last thing I haven't mentioned is what they call the range. The range, you take your highest number, in this case 7,